Hi and welcome to Scott's Inverts. I'm Scott. These are the inverts. Today we are rehousing our Xenesthis species Bright, and she is, or he is, absolutely gorgeous. She's in here, she's a very large sling, and she would probably do completely fine in here for maybe another 2 molts, but she's a Xenesthis, and I've wanted a Xenesthis for 3 or 4 years, and to finally get one in the Scott's Inverts collection, I think it deserves a better enclosure than what we've got here. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to create a better enclosure for her, give her some space so she can go out and stretch those beautiful legs that she's got and really feel at home. So without further ado, let's go over. It's going to be our enclosure. We've got about 4 inches of substrate. The substrate there is just topsoil with about 25% cocoa fibre in there. The cocoa fibre is just in there just to help it give it a little bit more texture, a bit more structure if she decides to burrow slightly. And it is 10 by 10 by 10, so it's not a big enclosure, and we've dampened it all down. The substrate's nice and damp, and I've cleaned the windows with a microfiber cloth like so, although I normally leave the back windows because they just get dirty anyway, to be honest. Now what we need to go in there is a hide, one in the shape of a little piece of cork bark, only a slight turn on that one. So we're going to try and get that in the angle, bury it slightly so she can go in this way, feel quite safe. Remember, if the spider feels safe, it feels secure, it's less likely to bolt out of the enclosure when you're going for feeds or anything like that. Literally just going to do a little starter burrow in there as well. Again, the reason we wanted to upgrade this one a bit quicker than what we normally would do is because in the wild they do roam a fair bit. Not excessive amounts, you know, they're not like a wandering spider, but they do have a look around and have a wander. To get in that hide in, and try and get some moss in. And I've said it before, the moss really helps to keep that humidity up, and also helps to lock the humidity in the soil. So if there's humidity in the soil, the moss will just help it to release a bit slower, and it looks bloody awesome. It's I think 2022, mainly thanks to Dave's Little Beasties, moss has really took off in people's enclosures. You know, I think we've learned that we don't have to buy it. We can literally just go off and get it, and this one has actually been collected from Scotland, and this is the stuff that you see hanging in the trees just off the ground. So I'm trying to do the same type of thing here. So what I'm trying to do is let it touch the ground but leave a little bit of a gap. So not like your normal moss, I don't want to be pushing it straight into the substrate. Got a little bit of normal moss, which I'm just going to put there, push it down. And then literally, if our spider wants to walk along the moss and feel like she's in a Venezuelan rainforest, that would be absolutely awesome. We've also got a little bit of leaf litter, so what I'm going to do with that is I'm just going to crush it up, because this isn't a massive enclosure, but I do want her to feel like she's at home. So we're just going to crush it up and just add it here and there. And then what else have we got here? Well, we've got some orchid bark, and again, orchid bark is great for humidity. It will hold water for a good while and release it slowly. But again, you don't have to rush when we're building our enclosures. Just take your time. And remember, guys, you don't have to impress anybody. Just make it so it looks good for you. But more importantly, make sure you get those attributes in there to make it perfect for your spider. I am so happy to have this species Bright. Honestly, guys, I've wanted a Xenesthis in the collection for so long. And there we go. I think I think we have, let me just show you, I think we have a nice enclosure going on. So we've got the Scottish moss going around the back with a bit of normal. We've got the high, so she can go in there. We've got the court bark as well. Towards the end of this video, I am going to be releasing the results for the winners of the competition as well. Just found another piece of moss that I've got out, and instead of, oh, just look at it, it's beautiful, isn't it? The moss is just something else. Yeah, so we've got that video, will be on the end of this one. So stick around to see who won that competition. Just going to dampen that moss down. In fact, I'm going to top up the water bowl. Give me 1 second. In fact, this water bowl is now topped up, but as you can probably tell, this isn't actually mine. So if the enemy sees me using it, I'm going to get in so much trouble. But, you know, spiders first. Sorry, baby, if you're watching. I'm stealing your hairspray water bottle thing. Really try and get that moss nice and damp, because if we get it nice and damp, that means it's going to start growing again, and hopefully get all that lovely beautiful green colour will start coming back on it as well. This moss was collected 4 months ago now, and it's been stored in the dark, and it's still absolutely perfect. But just look how it's gone. That is just awesome. Literally a moss carpet. For the water bowl, one of these pods. So now, me being me, did the architecture stuff and forgot all about the water bowl. We'll put that in there, make it look quite natural with a bit of this court bark going around the edge. There we go, beautiful, absolutely awesome. Now I think we're ready to put her in. So guys, this is something I normally do off camera, but I just thought I'd show you what I normally do to try and catch cup a new world spider. Old worlds, I'd try and get the enclosure in the other one, but I think it's just a bit too big to go in. So just get that catch cup right in next to her or him, and see that bump coming up. That is how we've gone straight in there. Perfect. Perfect. Now I can put the lid on, dead easy. And there we go, look. And this is what the enclosure looks like from the top. And we're just gonna take our species bright now and just put it just there. And the best thing we can do is not use a paintbrush, just leave her in there until she comes wandering out by herself, and then we know that girl's relaxed. But if you do look at her bum, that bald spot just there, she's actually got one this side as well, so she is coming for a molt, and I will put a picture of her up on the community posts when she does molt, because it is going to look absolutely stunningly beautiful. Anyway, we'll come back to her when she's come out and she's found her feet. So we have had literally loads of entries. All of you kind of entered at least more than once. Some of you entered like 100 times and all sorts, but we have the box full of names. It's took me a very long time to write it all out. I think in future I'll probably just stick to doing it the normal way, because this was just amazing. But anyway, let's see who's won the first one. And it is it that way around? Unusual Pets. So Leah over at Unusual Pets, if you can contact myself, we'll work out when we can get these out to you. And the second one is the Invertebrarium. So that's Adam. So Adam, if you could get me a message across on Facebook, or however else you want to get it across to me, that'd be absolutely awesome. I don't think this week, obviously with it being Thursday, it's not going to get sent out for a little while. I'm just looking out the window there because all I can see is snow, and it looks pretty cold. So I think once we get this cold weather out of the way, I think then Steve will be able to post out these 2 lots of prizes to you guys. Again, a massive thank you to Steve Henderson for sorting this out. And guys, if you're not subscribed, hit that subscription button, and as always, we shall see you again on the next one.